Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Chunkizilla here, showing you guys how to make some gold. Right, this time we're doing something a little bit different. Got asked to make a video regarding mining and herbing. It's pretty simple, pretty easy, ladies and gentlemen. All you guys do is you obviously take some mining, you take some herbing. A lot of people go wrong with this. A lot of people don't know what to do and what to spec into. Right, so basically we'll spec into First thing, first thing you can ever really spec into is the bountiful harvests, right? It's very nice to have. Basically, you'll choose what zone you want to do. So, for example, Dawning Gale, which we do, will always be giving you guys some micro blooms, which is this. Right, so you'll go into that as fast as possible. You can even max it out, but I'll stick with 10. Max out that, and then you can just put a few into botany, and that's about it. You can just learn this one, even though it's not really pointless for us right now. So I'd recommend going for bountiful harvest. Try and get that at max if possible, as well as then getting whatever you choose, whatever zone you want to do. The micro bloom here actually sells very nicely, so I'd recommend going into that. Secondly is mining. Same thing goes for herbing. Right, you'll choose what there is mostly around here. So there's bismuth around Dorningale, there's a lot of it. So I'd recommend going into that, as well as going into plethora of ore. Now you don't need anything else. Sorry about that. Some people will go into this mining fundamentals so they can max it out, and then they can mine while they are mounted. Which is quite nice. But if you're a druid, you've already basically got a mount. It's pretty easy. I would just recommend not going for it straight away. Right, let's start. So obviously we are going to be doing herbing and mining. The best thing, there are flasks to do and to take. So there's flasks to increase your mining speed or your gathering speed, I'd say. As well as the most important flask that you need, it's a must to have, is the file of true sight. Right, so basically what lets us, we use that, you can see hidden treasures or hidden ore, hidden herbs, etc, etc. So basically we'll go around. My strategy, for example, would just be going around, as you can see, is around where I've looted. That's what you guys do. Just go around this side here and around here. You don't need to go there. Just go around in circles basically. Okay, you leave the whole town. You don't need to go do this side. You don't need the town. You don't need up here. You don't need this side. Basically just to work yourself from here, work your way all around the place, a loop. That's all you guys do. You have your gathering on. You'll see where there's stuff and herbs. There's no herbs, you just keep flying. Like here's some here. There's a herb here. Obviously we take it. Now druids can obviously herb mounted, but if you guys are not a druid, that's fine. You'll just go here and obviously choose the mount. I forgot what that mount is called, the sky golem. You use this mount here. You can buy it. You don't need to be an engineering to actually use it, but you need engineering to make it. But you buy it off the auction house, which is very nice. Let me look for this other thing that's here. See, here's a hidden one, perfect example. If you were not using the flask, the vial of true sight, you would not see this one at all. So we mine that, get some goodies from that, let's sell. And you just keep doing this over and over. There's a nice beautiful one, there's a crystallized one, very nice to herb. And then we keep doing this over and over until there's another visible one. Like I said, if you didn't use the vial, you would not see it at all. Now you just go around basically in the circle that I showed you guys over and over and over. It's pretty simple, pretty easy to do. You don't need gear for this, although I do recommend having a few items, such as these things here. You don't need them, but I recommend them. And I would really go for fineness as well, because it makes us gather a bit more. Deafness is also right nice because it increases our speed. So yes, look for stuff like that. You don't need to invest fully into it. I do know you get a purple epic and you get rares, etc, etc, but I didn't fully invest into it. I don't need to. As well as the same thing goes here. Obviously you want fineness. Fineness is very important. It lets us gather more as well. So it's just the way to go. But it's pretty basic setup. Yeah. Then we basically, like I said, we look for plants, we look for herbs, and all we do is we gather. See, micro bloom drops a lot here. That's why I'd recommend speccing into micro bloom. It sells for a decent amount as well if you are planning to sell. Not planning to sell, if you're not planning to sell, then best is just to then use it, right? But I sell all the ores, I sell everything that I make. I don't do any leather working, I don't do any tailoring, I don't do any of that stuff. I just farm the materials and then I sell the materials as is. Or wherever this thing is, it's around just somewhere, right? Yeah, I don't know. So it's a pretty safe thing to do if you guys don't want to do any combat. If you guys just want to go around looting stuff, it's probably the best thing to actually do as well. A lot of people do it though, so must just be careful of that. But like I said, just keep running around in the circle and you'll be alright. Oh, didn't see that, not bad. Now there is ways to blow this up and make sure that there's more ore, but I'm not going to really do that right now. But there is ways to do it. I'm just going around mining and herbing. The very basic, pretty simple thing. I mean, everybody can do this. These ones here are very nice, the irritated ones, because they drop leyline powder, which is ideally very good to have. And they sell for 100 gold for one of them. And they drop quite often as well, which is nice. And all the ore and all the plants and herbs always sell for a good amount as well. You'll see like that guy there that came up next to me, he's also doing the same tactic. Mining, he's herbing. It's also a very good way to make gold. I'd recommend this gold farm is about 20k per hour. If you're fast at it, it could be more. I'd still, as I mentioned in the previous video, still recommend doing tailoring side of things. Unless you are doing blacksmith, unless you are doing alchemy as well on another alt of yours or whatever the case is, then doing this setup would be the best and would be ideal for you. Right, we just go around obviously looting everything. Now, I get asked a lot of questions regarding, you know, what's the best farming method? How do I earn so much gold? I make roughly about per day. I sit on about of farming close on to about 5 mil gold, right? But then again, I farm from, say, for example, 6 a.m. until whenever I'm done streaming. And all I do is doing the cloth farming. Now, if too many people do the cloth farming, then obviously the prices will drop, but everybody needs cloth to make stuff and level skills, etc, etc. Another good way to also make gold is by doing the herb farming, herb and ore, which is this what we're currently doing right now. It's also a very good way to make that currency or that gold that you're needing. There's also nice things if you do enchanting or tailoring. You can obviously do orders for people and look for ones that give high tips. I normally do only the tailoring and enchanting, etc, etc, for the people that tip 5k, which will be the maximum that they can tip, or your commission is 5k, then I will do it for them. Because you're only limited to a certain amount of orders per day that you can do. But so moving on, we can just keep gathering stuff here, keep working our way. Now I do also understand there's people want to farm transmog stuff. I don't really know the best places for transmog stuff because a lot of people have different opinions on the transmogging things. I can always look into it, but yeah, that one's gone. Someone's looted it, obviously. That's what I said. A lot of people do this kind of method because it is a good way to make gold, as well as they need their herbs and stuff for whatever they're doing. This guy's also probably going around doing that, herbing and mining ore. That's alright. So you just keep going in a circle, though. It's pretty nice, pretty simple thing to do, as I said. And we go on and on and on. Nice thing is also, if you do tailoring, can make spell threads, a whole bunch of spell thread, and put them on the auction house. That also sells as well. Goes all into the tailoring section of things. But like, I'd also recommend a druid doing this, or the sky golem if you have the sky golem. If not, then do a druid. It's pretty easy. They get flight form very early, and you just go around eating plants while mounted, as well as flying around as a bird. It's pretty nice. Roughly, like I said, this makes you between 20 to 30k gold per hour if you sell the stuff just as it is, but a lot of people actually also just use it. Get that before it actually disappears. You get a lot of people like this guy here that also obviously is also going into a routine, but he looks like a it could be a bot. I mean, he's got 300k HP. He's not fully invested into anything. But yeah, you do get a few bots. But if you're on a nice quiet place, quiet server as well, then it would be ideal to do this. But it doesn't even matter if you're on a quiet server or not, though. But people just basically start off. They get to the level and they just do this. Very nice way to make gold. Very nice way to level up your skills, etc., etc. Now, I've made a previous video to this, which is the leather working. You guys can go check that out. It's the skinning section where we skin this side here, and the video before that is the cloth making way where you form cloth. It's pretty simple. You're welcome to go and look at that, and I'd really highly recommend doing the clothing. It's much easier than everything else. It makes gold much faster. But once again, as I said, if you are looking to do herbs and mining, or maybe an alt or for main of yours that does blacksmithing or alchemy, then this is the best strategy you can possibly do. Same with the leatherworking. If you're doing leatherworking, skinning, and that area that I showed in my previous video is the best place to actually be. Don't take other people's words for it, but then again, it's up to you. I reckon that is the best spot. Like I said, for me, I farmed gold wise, just selling my stuff from skinning. I make about 30-40k gold there. I tried every other spot that people can think of on that spot, on the leatherworking, the skinning side, and I can't find any better. I cannot. So, but you know, then again, everybody's got different ways of farming, so it could just, maybe they might be better. I wouldn't know. I'm not gonna say that other people are lying to you, etc., etc. My opinion is that place is pretty good. Anyways, apart from that, this is basically the herb farming, the ore farming. It's plain, it's simple as possible. If you guys see these little ring around it, that means it's very good. It drops leyline powder, it shoots me in the air as well. Because it shot me in the air, so I can't fly. But as I said, it dropped me 2 leyline residue, and that's already 200 gold, just from one little herb. So it's good. It's good profit if you guys want to just sell as is. Guys want to use it for blacksmithing, and then by all means use it. Now you obviously do get things to increase your mining speed, your herbing. There's flasks that do that. You can go and buy them. It's just normal flasks. They don't increase it so much, but they do increase it. So the more speed you can do it at, the better. Because obviously then you just fly around herbing and getting your ore and then flying to another one. So it is good to have speed as well. But once again, you guys have to have the vial of true sight. It's the most important thing you can have while doing this farm. Please do not forget the vial of true sight. It's a must, alright? It is a must. No debate about it. It's a must. Alright. Yeah, we're moving swiftly on. Oh, am I stuck, bro? Alright, there we go. Let's just farm this and we'll head back as well. And that includes today's video. Very nice to do this kind of farm, especially if you do the blacksmithing, alchemy, or if you just want to sell in the auction house. It's also pretty good. We will be doing a bit more videos and trying to find the best ways to make gold for you guys. You guys can buy your wild tokens or the next expansion. I know the expansion's coming up soon, so I'll get onto farming this. You guys can buy the wild tokens from the auction house and use it and add that currency onto your Blizzard accounts, which is very, very nice. It takes about what, 4 to 5 wild tokens and you can get the next expansion for playing the game. I mean, can you really say no to that? Apart from that, I hope everybody has a lovely day, a lovely week further. I'll catch you guys when I guys. Love you guys. Cheers. Peace out. Bye.